of these was lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I want that car. I'm tripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you. Don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the lights. We the ones don't like. To put in my block. Look what you swear is drill. Somebody give me a. These act like the cops. Gossiping more than a. In jail I have. I make you dead off the. Think that I made it, they can't be my friends, so they wanna be options. If I see them, spaceship, I'm dropping the top. Ain't like my beat, ain't no happy related, I'm counting the guap. Who gave you a voice? Who told you your thoughts count? GPS straight to the mud.
Oh man, that hurts, man.
The big Mickey Mouse. You posted your at 12 and 8 that night, see how my all over the mess. Can't sit on my house.
Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Who said the crowds wouldn't embrace football being back in L.A.? You certainly couldn't tell that by what we saw a few moments ago. These folks are pumped up as their Rams get set to do battle with the Kansas City Chiefs.
You had that, you had the microwave, huh? You had that microwave, huh? What? Squishy banana?
Greg Zuerlein, the Rams kicker, approaches, kicks it off, and here we go from Los Angeles. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
What? What's so cool? Oh my gosh.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Mahomes going to throw. Big hold to the 30. This is complete to Watkins on the slant. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Sammy Watkins, 82 yards. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it. Get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they have the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
Butker now to kick this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Dad, these are so cool that they go down.
Oh, yeah.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up that 3rd and long. Third and long. It's gone. Taken down across midfield. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And down to the 44.
Show some respect.
Gurley had a touchdown last week against the Packers, so that extends his streak. It's now 11 straight regular season games that he has scored, and he has 15 scores on the year.
And that ties the club record set by one of the best names in NFL history, Elroy Crazy Legs Hirsch. I love that name.
And Todd Gurley leads the NFL in rushing with an even 800 yards through 8 games. That's nearly 200 more than Zeke Elliott in 2nd place.
Elroy Crazy Legs Hirsch, Tom Fears catching passes from Norm Van Brocklin and Bob Waterbeer.
Going back in the pass. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. The linebacker Anthony Hitchens there on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Gone. And a quick throw here, that's complete. First down, L.A. Goff finding Higbee. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did. Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. Gurley's got the first down and then some. Touchdown! Todd Gurley, 32 yards. And the Rams have tied the game with the extra point to come. Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield. And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right? Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock. Zerline out now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Earlier, Charles, we talked about Patrick Mahomes and the great start that he's had, 26 touchdown passes through his first 8 games. But with that win last week over Denver, Kansas City has won 7 straight times in that series. That's impressive.
It really is, because when you think about how strong Denver has been on defense over time, you don't expect anyone to put that kind of a streak on them. They're now 7-1, their best start since 2013. And how about how the schedule opens up for them? At Cleveland, home for Arizona before the big one, the week before Thanksgiving, the Los Angeles Rams in Mexico City.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Aaron Donald in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company.
Here we go. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And it's complete to Kelsey. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Here we go. Blue 45.
Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Green 90.
They'll run it here with Hunt. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From midfield, here's Mahomes. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Aaron Donald in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. On 4th down, on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And taken right at the 35. It'll be just an 18-yard punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Rams taking the field here with that 8-0 record. Their most recent victory over Green Bay, 29-27. 8-0 for the 2nd time in franchise history, CD. Do you know the other time?
1969, head coach George Allen. The Rams won 11-3 that year.
They did indeed. And Jared Goff, if you're talking about that 8-0 record, one of only 2 quarterbacks under the age of 25 in the Super Bowl era to lead their team to an 8-0 start. And his hand is up in the air, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know who that other quarterback is?
Dan Marino with the Miami Dolphins.
You're 2 for 2. You rarely miss. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now it's Goff off the bootleg. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Orlando Scandrick. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. 1:52 left to play in this second quarter. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And his throw here's incomplete. Chris Conley, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Flushed out right. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. First down, Mahomes. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal. A first trip to the red zone for KC. They've got a first and goal from the 10-yard line. Now it's Mahomes again. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely has been a constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90.
Now Mahomes. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Going to need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack for Mahomes and company. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And the pressure gets to him again. And Ndamukong Suh in there again as this offensive line is in tatters. 3 sacks in 3 plays. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. This will be spotted at the 37, so it's a 47-yard attempt. And Butker pulled it. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little, and when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. The final shot before break here. Goff. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now the Rams offense, they work their way back on the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Goff on first down. Being chased out left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down.
But with that incompletion, I want to take a look ahead to Sunday night, Charles. Packers-Patriots, only going to be the second all-time meeting between Brady and Rodgers.
Yeah, they met in Lambeau in 2014. Aaron Rodgers' Packers team won the game, I believe, was 26-21. And head-to-head, Tom Brady had a nice night, 245 yards and 2 touchdowns. But Aaron Rodgers, 368 and 2 touchdowns. I can't wait to see them go back and forth in this one. I hope it turns into that type of a shootout game where, you know, one team scores, here comes the other, and both of them have big, big games.
Do you think it's eating at Brady? I know he's had a lot of success, and he's never beaten Aaron Rodgers. Yeah.
I don't know that it's eating at him, but he's the type of guy that is always looking for motivation, and at this stage of his career, he has to search to find it because he's done everything. Yeah, being down 1 to Aaron Rodgers, that'll be a motivator for him for Sunday.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. On first down, it's Gurley. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Again, they run with Gurley. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Goff on 3rd down. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They're going to go for it. It's gone. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Back to the ground game here. Gurley. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Gurley again here on first down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15 he goes. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the third quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10.
Value 3.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The Rams on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Out of the gun. Gone. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Brandon Cooks from 6 yards away. And the Rams add on to their lead. Now Zerline on to add the extra point. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Zerline out now to kick this one away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to have lousy starting field position as he's out of bounds at his 6-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Now Mahomes throwing on second down. Eluding the pressure right. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. 3rd and 4, and this crowd urging on their defense. They're up and making noise.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Akeem Talib. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Mahomes to throw on second down. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Akeem Talib, the veteran Pro Bowler, there to get a hand in, knock it away.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. The Chiefs on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And able to find Conley. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Michael Brockers in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company.
Mahomes going to throw. Buying time to his left. It's Kelsey on the ground. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. The Chiefs will try and get to the line quickly. Now Mahomes got to have this one. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the 1st, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket.
And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Mark Barron in there with pressure yet again, and that's the 7th time they've dropped him here this afternoon. Now here's Mahomes. He's got the hook up with Conley. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And incomplete, he dropped it in the end zone.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Here we go now. Green 90. Green 90.
Mahomes to throw once more. Forced out to his left. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The Ram fans in this old stadium on their feet. 3rd and goal. They come out here in the eye. They'll let the fullback try and pick it up. This is Anthony Sherman. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Anthony Sherman taking it in. And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead. And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. This time, the extra point up and good, as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. And this is going to be recovered by the hand seam. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Now a draw as Goff gives to Gurley. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It'll go as a gain of 9, and that should write an ending to this one.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. This to make it a 2-score game. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here.